This is the first part of the evaluation and feedback project for level 1, part of the visionary communication path that Bob has as his second pathways path. The project involves giving a speech, then after that, getting feedback, incorporating that into a second speech, same or different, in order to improve it. So it is vital that you, the listeners, give sufficient feedback that you liked, what you liked, and would like to see, hear more of, and also specific things that you feel would improve the speech for that next time he gives it, The topic is speech preparation, another way to organize and deliver a speech, especially without notes, and ways to make it more efficient and compelling. A title is A Fistful of Words. Bob.
I have done in the past organization explaining how I'm able to do a speech without notes. I've always done it that way. It frees me up and gives a flexibility. You don't get lost. It also doesn't have the disadvantages of memorizing a speech, knowing exactly where you are. Today I want to show you another way of organizing a speech and making it more effective. I call it the fistful of words. There are important things in speeches. First is having a point, something you want to get to, the reason you're giving that speech. It's important to remember that, and it's effective if you can state it in one sentence. What do I want to do in this speech? Setting it off, and you know where you're going, it keeps you on track, that one thing. A beginning is very good. You can start it by making a statement that grabs people's attention. You want to get them engaged. It can be done in different ways. It is said that from different sources, you have 30 seconds, you have 7 seconds, or maybe just 10 words to get people's attention. So you want to grab them. You don't want to rise up to it. You want to hit it at the top. And I tried to develop that. One of my speeches I started out with, there once was a boy who loved peanut butter. Get you engaged. It's all about accepting my inner weirdness. The second was one time I hit a pedestrian with my car. Followed up by, I didn't mean to, he just drove out of the way. But giving that little pause is like, oh my, this is really interesting. Or a longer one, and you want your opening to be no more than a minute. Set the stage, have your introduction, but then have your spoken introduction. I started off one with a history brought to life with, there once was a war. They called it the Great War. Some people naively called it the war to end all wars. We remember it today as World War I. There was a generation lost in that war, but they gave rise to another generation, which we now call the greatest. And I want to tell you a couple stories about people in that generation. So as a way of to say, right off the bat, get the attention of people. You start with that intro, and you want to start strong. Then there's 3 points. Basically, a good outline is have 3 points. Why 3 points? Because people remember things short points. If you have 7 or 8 points, you go, where was this point? Where was this going through? It gets their attention because, frankly, people are low in attention. We have so many things that attract us, but 3 points gets it memorable for you to remember the points and other people to remember it. And you can develop, like, oh, who was involved in this thing? Where did they go? And why. Or you talk about the past, the present, and the future. Any way you can separate it up into 3 points. And you can subdivide that into different parts. So taking the rule of 3, that you can remember those. And you can even do a timing thing on that. And then at the close, see, you've got 4 fingers, you've got a thumb. That's your close. That is very important. My mom used to tell me when I was doing presentations, begin well and end well. Those are the things that people are going to remember the most. In between, you want to do good in between, but start strong, end strong, and you'll have it all together. She also said another point was when somebody, you get done, somebody goes, oh, that was a good job, it was a great job, I liked how da-da-da. That is not the time to go, well, you know, it wasn't that grand, or I could have done that better. She said, they're giving you a compliment. Simply say, thank you. So that closes it up. That closing, you want to have a strong closing, not more than 30 seconds to a minute. 30 seconds is really good because if you see a red light, in competition, you've got 30 seconds to get it done. Pop it in. Or I generally look for the yellow and go, okay, I've got probably a minute left before I hit the 7 mark. I want to wrap this up. And that way, whenever you are, if you know that really well, when you're going along and you might be a little long and you're like, okay, I can chop this out. Oh, I don't have time for all this. Pop into your closing. That way you guarantee you've got your closing, that you have something to say, hey, a takeaway, call to action, reinforcing, sometimes repeating those closing marks. And in the finger, you have the one point you're getting at. Not, if you're talking about the hands, I'm not talking about my feet. They're really good. They're nice. But concentrate on that one point. Put those 3 things in. Close it. A fistful of words to make that impact. And my closing is, remember those 3 things. 1 point, 3 in between, a good closing, and as my mom said, begin well and end well, and as Toastmasters, end on